Cool.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your co-chair here, Ryan. It's Wednesday night. It's 9:10. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit late. Football ran over. I hope everyone is okay. I can see a few people have joined us in the chat. Evening to Mr. Edwards, Mr. Tato, Scott, Steve Wright, Mr. Megahorse. Can you all confirm you can hear audio? Because Steve Wright's moaning that he's any audio or just me. And then evening to Greavesy, Mr. Pete Greaves. I am delighted. I am amazed. I am absolutely fantastic at the prospect of what we've got tonight, and that is the Haggis boss on comms. Good evening, Mr. Ian Campbell.
How do, Rye? How do?
Is everyone well? Is everyone good? Can someone again just yeah, Champ Mega Horse has confirmed. The yo explained I can. Haha. Right. Ian, are you okay, mate? Can you see the game? Can you see that you've just commented on YouTube chat? Are you all good, mate?
That's on my laptop, right? I can't see this. You're not sharing your screen with me.
I
That was me
100% am.
commenting.
I 100% am, mate. I've got a little red box
Right.
behind it. But what I'm going to do is stop sharing my screen and then share it again, and then hopefully that means that you'll be able to see it. Again, I've shared my screen. I've got the red box just come on around it. That means I'm sharing it with you. So
Just black. Sorry.
if you open Skype up, maybe.
Oh, allow incoming video. Right. Share screen. Not. It's just black, eh? At mine. I don't know if I click on you, what that do? Oh wait there. No, it's still black. Like
Hmm. You click on the blue S button at the bottom of your screen, and then see if
the blue what? Sorry.
the blue Skype button, the blue S.
Right. I've not got that on my phone.
Are you doing this on your phone?
My phone, mate. Aye, aye.
Tell you what, just get YouTube up, and then you mean
I, I've got it. I've got it on the computer, like, so I can see it anyway.
yeah, might be.
It's
I'm
all
doing
good.
I'm
All
doing the
good.
comms anyway. I apologise for that technical glitch there. Hope everyone's well. Um, what's going on, Ian? Are you all right? Yeah,
No, what, mate? Aye. Did you have a good time in Edinburgh?
it was good. Yeah.
I'm pretty gutted about that. I had it all. I had it all planned and everything. I put my wee boy out for nursery, and my ex just didn't turn up to pick him up.
So
Not that I didn't like having my son, but it was just a bit shit, you know.
yeah, last minute change of plans. It's frustrating, but
Just. So, but anyway, so you had a good time, mate.
it was great. Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm sure you had a good weekend with your son. Smutsy just given us some grief for the old technical glitch at the start. I mean, do you mean as far as I'm concerned, he can fuck right off. Here we are. Do you mean? Anyway, quick look at the results from last time out, and there we are. Big win for Northern Burnet on the Churchtown. Leddersford back to winning ways away at Gazelles. Fulchester and Haggis was the extravaganza of football. It's a bit of a tough one to be on the wrong end of, isn't it, Ian?
It wasn't very pleasant, mate, that. But I thought Maka normally goes with three up top against us. I think he has done in every fucking single match I've played him. So I thought I'd try and be a wee bit smart and go with three up, and then he fucking changed it, didn't he?
He
It would have
did.
been good for the neutral and for him, but not so much for us. But
I kept thinking you were going to come back into it, and then you got leveled, and I thought he's going to get the winner here, and then just gigs turned up at the end. Um, yeah. Um, is it same story as ever, Ian? Is it Haggis Hunter's the nearly man? Are you do you mean are you still gonna? Do you still reckon you can do it this season?
I don't know this season. I didn't think, no, I didn't think so, mate. We'd have to win every game. We're far too inconsistent. But as I say, we're always there or thereabouts. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but I did actually make the playoffs on my debut season as manager with the Midlothian, just for anybody that wasn't aware of that. So, aye, we'll never totally like write off, but I think it's going to be a wee bit difficult to make it. But we'll keep plodding away.
Yeah, I was actually aware of that. So I've got a good old memory, mate. So I do remember it well. I remember so it posted in the group the other day as well. What was
I
your
may have mentioned it once.
once or twice maybe. Duggan, I think he's well aware, and I mean, he's got a lot to live up to if he's going to make the playoffs in his debut season. Even Dimble, even Duggan. Yes, right. I think all we want is some action. So, any of these games that you're looking forward to tonight, and then why don't you pick where we're going to start, mate?
Well, let me see. I think I'm a wee bit laggy behind it. Normally I would let the guys who are up early go first. So, well, in fact, who's that? Stormburn. Let me have a wee look. I'm in, obviously our game. Leathersford Devil should be a good day. But I think I might go to Hools if that's all right with you. Northern Burn, let Jens get to his bed since he's an hour ahead. If you didn't mind, apart from
Yeah,
that, no really any preference.
yeah. The only other thing I like waiting until I've seen someone comment in the chat before I
Right,
go to
right,
that game, and Jens has
right,
yet commented. That might be because
right.
he's not here tonight, so um, I'm just trying to think at
I've,
who's
I've,
to go on.
I've,
Sorry.
I've seen. Sorry, I've seen Steve. I was just going to say I've seen Steve kicking about. If
Yeah,
who's he against?
Steve. I'm not too sure. Who,
Mark, he's against Mark.
yeah, I think Macca's probably got it on because I think Man United are crap. He's basically said so. I'm assuming that he's.
I've seen that.
How are Man United getting on? I'm actually unaware of that one. Let's go to Fulchester then,
Uh,
and they're
they were getting
against.
beat 2-0.
Mm. And then I mean, Steve Wright had the absolute fucking barefaced cheek and effrontery to compare Bolton Wanderers to Dudley Hill the other day. Maka is sticking with the old 2-7-1. Only change is Bobo Balde comes in for the suspended Yepes. A bit of an intro. I know he's away, and he was away at the weekend, obviously, with myself in Edinburgh, and now he's away in Cheshire on a golf trip. But Nicky Butt back fit doesn't even make the bench, and Beckham back fit doesn't even make the bench. I'm sure if Maka was at home and Compass Mentis and on the computer, that wouldn't have been happening. But he did win 5-3 up in Scotland last time out, so it's definitely a team capable of doing the business, but it's probably not as strong as he would have liked it to be.
I think I know he won, and I think he was saying that they got 8 and 9s, the two DMs, but you'd have to have Butt back on at the bench. I don't know why he was missing. Was he suspended or injured for
Yeah,
our game?
yeah. I think Butt was suspended and Beckham was injured for the last game. Obviously, Butt's
Right.
back okay now, but Macca's not had a chance to switch it around and submit a final,
Mm-hmm.
which is frustrating. Yeah, and Steve Wright quite rightly saying can drop his best against us easily. Go back to Fulchester, please, and then they're against the Dudley Hill, who do you mean they've won two and drew two of the last five? Not as terrible as they once were, mate, are they?
I don't know. He's had a bit of a renaissance, thanks, Steve. Look at Tony banging them in. I was speaking to him, can't mind, week ago, so I don't know any, but it was when I was just mentioning him the narrow, and he seemed to be getting a bit of joy with that. And I was saying to him, maybe he should stick with it. But he clearly didn't listen to me in his last game and in this game. But I think it's looking better than what it was for him. Tony's banging them in. He's
Yeah.
had a win. He's definitely picked up because I was looking a bit fucking grim for him, but he's definitely found something. He still chops and changes too much for my liking, but not that I'm one to really pass judgment. But I felt he had some legs in that narrow, maybe at home or whatever. But I felt he definitely had some legs in the narrow. But
Well, that's
he
it.
seems to.
I completely agree, mate. Every time he loses the game, he changes his formation,
Mm.
which is, I mean, just a man who just basically reeks. I can actually smell the lack of confidence. Oozing out of Dudley Hill, and I'm probably about a good 40, 50 mile away. So, I mean, here we go. It's Fulchester versus Dudley Hill. Sadorf comes into the starting 11. Van Bommel moves back to DMC due to someone being suspended. Tomasi, I believe. Elisa Davy and Tony continue up top. Away at Fulchester, tough, even though it's an understrength. Fulchester. What do you make of this one, mate? What's your prediction here?
I'm going to say a narrow 2-1 Fulchester win.
2-1 Fulchester win. I want to get some predictions in the chat, but obviously you're all too busy watching Man United. Let's go very fast here. Mega Horse gives us the 2-1, even him down the man. Mega Horse. Dudley Hill start quickly. I saw Sadorf with an effort. Alex rifles one in. There's Veron, Nedved. Both teams having a bit of a go of it here. Michael Owen comes forward against Chris Perry. Elisa Derby coming the other way. Easy chance for Mickey Owen though, and gets his 5th goal of the season. With a brave decision for Maka to bring him back into the team after a few quiet games, but it pays dividends. But not for long though. 5 minutes later, big Luca Toni gets the equaliser, and Dudley Hill continuing to have a bit of a go at this, maybe having a little bit of a renaissance, as you said, kind of thing, a bit of confidence back in them, and it's I mean, 2 shots to 1 on target at the moment. Not the most enthralling around the goal mouth, but quite an even game. What do you think?
As I'm running a wee bit behind, so I'm getting a wee bit. It's just half time now, but no, a good half for Dudley. He's definitely solidified things up. Look at Tony doing the business again. I think Steele'll be wondering what could he been if he'd maybe went with him for the season start. But no, certainly a good half if football for Dudley. Definitely.
Yeah, 2 informed players in Michael Owen, who got a simple finish after David Prutton has tried to bury one in the top corner. Van Bommel free kick, and Tony got above Bobo Balde, who's come in, obviously, as I mentioned, pre-game, to replace Yepes. I'm just on the Dudley Hills squad here. I'll just quickly talk through it while Steve thinks about making a sub, and I'll click on Fulchester for you to talk through. I mean, it's not so terrible, especially in the defensive areas. 7 and 8. 8 for Fabio Rustico. Alex on a yellow card, and on 6, I've just noticed that Chris Perry, I believe, is down on 81 fitness. It looks like he's picked up a knock. 2 shots on target. You don't think you were too unhappy with his performance. Steve, let us know if you want any subs. And then I'm going to talk. I don't know what I'm going to talk about while you're catching up. Dudley winning percentage, tackles 1, so he's going to win. That's right, Swanee, says Tato. And Swan just arrives on cue. Evening, Swan. Can you tell us when you can see the Fulchester screen, mate?
I can see them now, mate. I can see them now. It's
what's happening then, mate? Tell me what's going wrong here.
Okay. He's not scored enough goals, but would be the obvious one. I don't know why Okan's getting anywhere near the squad. I'm taking it that's for Beckham. I'm presuming that's what that is. Buffon on a 6 is a bit worrying. I would suggest 1 pass completed. I don't know what other guys think is. Does anybody adjust the passing on the keepers? I do. Whether it makes any bit of difference, or I don't know, but I do have it set. Do you, Ray?
I do, yeah. I'm a very much a student of short passing, especially in defensive areas. But with goalkeeper, I always go mix because I always
That's
get the
the
idea.
same.
I always get the kind of idea of people trying to close down the keeper and he's desperate to do a short pass. I like the idea of him being able to hit one upfield when he needs to. If Macca's here, obviously let us know if you want to make a sub. Who's all grounds on the 9? Apart from that, it's 7s and 8s. No injury issues. Okan down on the 6, but I'm not too sure who he would go with. Maybe Adil Ramsey, but he is pretty garbage. Dudley Hill are making a sub. It is Bassidas on for Alex. Alex for Bassidas, and Big Clarence is moving to attacking midfield. Would you make a sub here, mate? Would you bring on Big Alan Shearer, or would you stick as is and think that you over the 90 you'll have enough to beat Dudley?
I think with his options he's got, maybe if like Owen or that were on a 6, I most definitely would. If he had other options for midfield, Okan would be hooked. But apart from that, I'd probably just roll with it, mate, to be honest.
Fair enough. Don't think Mac is about, so I'm going to kick off the second half. And here we go. started off with Elisa Day being involved, but there's Veron coming forward for Fulchester. Okan hits the side netting. Prutton has another effort there, but here's Finnan. Elisa Derby shoots wide. Giggs, and there's Veron on 71 minutes to put Fulchester ahead. Nedved cross, Ronaldo. Nedved terrible effort, slowing it down here, probably a little bit late. Yeah, corner kick. Perry heads the ball upfield. Can Dudley Hill get another effort? Perry to Zinoni. Ronaldo gets a touch, but here's Sadorf. Low pass right to Zinoni to head of Bassidas. 30 yards ahead of Bassidas. That's a bit of a run. Tudor, Elisa Derby curls one in. It's a Buffon save in the 93rd minute, and that is full time. Fulchester, looking at the stats, probably deserve that one. 5 shots on target to 2. I don't think Dudley Hill had any more shots on target. I'll quickly have a look at the goal, then I'll let you look at the match stats, which will be put up on your screen now. It was
Yep.
Okan, then to Nedved, and then Veron put it in the back of the net. So match stats, mate. What do you think? Anything?
Now, I'm just on to the what happened in the game now. I think basically Fulchester just ground out second half, didn't they? But I think I do believe I got the prediction right as well, which is a shock. I think they just had too much for them, mate. I did predict a narrow Fulchester win, and that's exactly what happened. No shame for Dudley though. I don't think it's not the easiest of places to go, but I think a fair result in the end, to be honest.
Yeah, Veron picks up man of the match with a 9, getting the goal. Nedved getting the assist for that one at the end. Probably a little bit of what do you call it? Having Macca's Fulchester lads having a little bit too much quality, but Dudley Hill definitely not the rollovers they once were. Yeah, Champs won noticing that the tackle percentage for Fulchester went up in the second half. Yeah, not a bad performance at all. Rustico and Finnan end up on 9s. It's the strike. Everyone forward players: Alex Sadorf, Elisa Derby, Zinoni, Tony picking up the 7 because he got his goal. But yeah, it looks like, I mean, what I thought was the attacking players. Yeah, no shame in that performance, as Duggan says. So congratulations, Macca. Commiserations to no, it's gone. Can't think of his name. Right, I've not seen Jens yet. So if Jens is about, then please let me know that you're about Jens. I have seen Smuts, but no, I've seen Dimble, and oh god, let's go to Greaves here. Locomotive versus Gazelle should be a good one. Locomotive Catenaccio 2 should be coming up on your screen any second. Sticking with the formation, which got a 1-1 draw away at Sloss last time out. Montella continuing up top. It's not everyone's favourite formation to kind of witness, but what do you make of it, mate? Here's your chance to talk about Greaves' lineup.
I know he keeps rabbiting on about this Catenaccio tight at the back, but I believe that his defensive record's fucking pretty appalling this season. I think I mean, I don't know who it was. I think it was maybe Bostock coming to go. I think Bostock had conceded maybe 15 or something. Or the last time I looked, it was I think he had one of the best defensive records in the league. Boston not so much. I think they're a point ahead of us, and we've had a fucking awful season. I mean, he knows what he's doing with the game. I didn't particularly like his midfield. It's Ramalov had before. It's an okay squad.
He was in the.
I think he might.
Ramelow was in
Sorry,
that Midlothian midfield that made the top 6. I seem to remember.
it was, mate. It was. how's about that? So again, he's not got the greatest squad. So winning the title was a bit of an overachievement. Whether that was luck remains to be seen. He's definitely not been at the races this season, but he's always dangerous, isn't he? There's always a chance he's going to fucking fluke a 1-0.
Evening to Savage, and hopefully you should have the Gazelles team on from. Oh no, but go on. Tell us about Duggan and his first season here.
I do. Duggan in his first season, I think he's done okay. I mean, a lot's been said about his transfer business. I'm not even going to mention it because we all know what it's going to lead to. But that formation, I fucking detest. I hate MRML. But looking at Deddy and Caffey are capable, so Zalias, Merton, it's a decent side. I'd say on paper it's a better side than Boston. But I don't like that MR, ML, as I've said. But they two players, if there's anybody going to fulfil that role well, I would say it was they two, because the Cafu's fucking immense, isn't he?
Yeah, it's an interesting lineup, isn't it? I mean, that's the word I'll use. Interesting. I'm being quite careful with that. Wellens and Van der Vaart in the midfield. Yeah, I don't know. It's not my favourite formation. Smertin, some people love him, some people a bit of indifferent. Anyway, we're here to entertain. Unlucky Steve in evening. Yeah, evening. So right, that's my little thing reading the comments out. Locomotive Boston at home to Gazelles. Let's have some predictions in the chat, and let's have some predictions from Mr. Campbell.
I'm hoping for, in fact, what am I hoping for? I'm probably hoping for a draw here, to be honest. Boston are a point ahead, Gazelles a point behind, so a Desmond here, please.
A Desmond, let's kick this one off. There's a couple of 1-1s coming through and a 0-0. A lot of people wanting a draw here. Dede coming forward on left hand side. Gazelles are starting quickly. Wellens, Deco, Guillerme puts one wide. Montella drives forward. I thought he's just going to score out of nowhere there. Raul. I see quite a little bit of black and yellow thus far. Petit, Ramelow. Oh, and there's the goal for Kaluzhny for Lokomotiv Boston. Right. Oh, Materazzi's first ever goal for Gazelles fires back. This one's right up and down the pitch, to be honest with you. And we get to half time. Right. I mean, I thought that was more even than it kind of showed. Looks like Lokomotiv were on top. 4 shots, 3 on target versus 2 shots, 1 on target. Don't think either team necessarily played very, very well. Comdiomis refereeing. Kaluzhny got a header from a Guerrero. I mean, got to be getting players forward when you're playing that formation. And then Materazzi from the head of Van der Vaart, a couple of headed goals there. I mean, it's hard to tell. Is this tactically a success so far for Duggan, or has it been a disappointing half, mate?
Looking at his stats, I'd say it's disappointing, but I thought when I was looking at Boston had the better. I know Gazelles came into a wee bit. His stats are pretty poor. I'd be shocked if he doesn't make a sub here. Probably Guilherme will be going off Castillo, but I think if you could get a point here, it'd be a good result for Duggan. So I think he'd be too disheartened. But I think now each one of these teams need to be making a move. A win is really what they're needing, both of them.
Yeah, both teams will be looking for a win, and probably a point just about keeps them in touching distance, but not enough to kind of make ground on the top 6. Duggan, let us know if you want to make a sub, please. Castillo is coming on for Guillaume. I'll do that in a second. I'll let Greavesy have a quick look at this, make the sub, and by the time that's back, you can see the squad now. So tell us about Locomotive Boston.
I think they're a wee bit better than Gazelle's ratings, but there's certainly no no fucking in it really standing out. I know Kaluzny's got the goal on that, but again, he's wanting a wee bit more. I mean, too many sixes for my liking. Barthez, I think that's too much of a worry on a 6. He's not going to hook Montella, who's on a 6 as well. I'd maybe take off, who's he got DM wise? Not really anybody. I would have been maybe Petit or Ramlo would have got hooked, but he's not really got anybody. Zidane's obviously an option.
He's
There you go.
done the Zidane, yeah. He's
Yes.
doing Zidane for Eddie's, but it's not. That's Julen Guerrero, who's I think he's had probably a good season. I mean, he had on the back of a decent season last time out. It's an interesting one that he's getting sacrificed there. I think there's other players. What Petit's on a 6 and a yellow card. Zidane could definitely have played on the left hand side. Scholes on a 7. Guerrero was on a 7, so it's an interesting one. But anyway, let's see what impact that has as we go into the second half. Both teams making the one substitution. Montella to Neto involved early doors. Zidane driving forward. Montello an effort again. Looks like it's Locomotive turning the pressure. And as in every Locomotive game, fuck all happens for 20 minutes and time just flies. And we get into the last 5 minutes. Castillo offside. Lewison, Kaluzhny, Scholes, Materazzi, changed down by Pancaro. Yeah. Say Elias to Dede. Goes past Ramelow. It's a throw. Oh, God. Smirching. It's not great reading. A terrible effort from Montella, a long way wide of the goal. And, yeah, I don't know what else to say, really. I mean, Gazelles offered nothing, and Locomotive were wasteful. That's what the 13-game rule does to a man, right? Please explain that one, Dimble. Much appreciated. Yeah, not the most entertaining of games. Both teams coming away at a point. Locomotive would probably consider themselves a little bit more unlucky, but did they ever look like they were gonna get some flashing text? I'm not really sure. But well played to Greavesy and the Boston boys. Well played to Gazelles. Yeah, Locomotive definitely on top in that one, but without really coming out on much. Van der Vaart picking up man of the match for Gazelles. Hard to think of anything to talk about. Cafu down on 72% fitness. Anything you want? If you see anything in that you want to mention them, please just dive in. I know you're a couple of seconds behind, but
It was a poor game, really. It was a bit of a slog to watch it. But that's for the rest of the teams kicking about the playoffs. That's a pretty good result. And for myself, it's a reasonable result. But again, when things are going your favour, you need to fucking capitalise, and that's been my problem a lot of the time. No fucking capitalising, and other teams have dropped points. So it'll be interesting to see if other teams can.
Timble, I've just clicked onto Gazelle, so sorry to Boston. So if you want to have a quick chat about them when you get a chance, but yeah, but Barthez conceding his only shot on goal is something to point out. Only on a 6 this one. Dimble suggesting players getting shifted and changed at half time just so they can rack up some appearances, so they're eligible for a transfer. It's an interesting one because why would you buy a player and then not want to play him? I don't get why does not buy him? That's the interesting one. Anyway, I think it's up to Fifey to make a decision on the rule of 13, and because the transfer window doesn't open until the end of the season, I'm pretty sure all the transformation will be out at the end of the season and not a minute earlier. So yeah, sixes and sevens and the 1-8 for Collusion. You got the goal for Locomotive Boston. Assist coming from Julian Guerrero, who got served at half time. Interesting to see if he would stand by that decision. Steve Wright punching Van der Vaart's first 8 in the serve. That's interesting. Anything to add, Steve? Ian?
Not really. I think again, it's maybe a bit too, dare I say it, defensive if you Boston. I think Duggan's definitely going to be the happier of the two, but again, local not getting beat. They're clawing points, they're getting draws. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do, just a bit. But again, if other teams can capitalise, he's going to be in a bit of bother because he's not in fucking great form. Let's be honest.
Greaves is saying Zambrotta was a big miss for them. We move on to the next game, which is going to be Leddersford versus Devils. Devils have just kind of slowly but surely been picking up form after a slowish start and not been conceding that many goals, I believe. Although, yeah, this looks like more than I thought they had actually. A couple of draws and a couple of wins in the last 4. In 6, they've got Astor breathing down their neck, but they beat them last time out. He's gone with the same tactic. He's gone with the 2 up front. Nicola Ventola, who I'm not a huge fan of, but is doing okay. 2 goals in 4 starts, 7.8 rating. Obviously, in Penza, we know how good he is on this save. It's a solid lineup, isn't it? Not really much new to add.
No, he had a bit of a sticky start, didn't he? I don't know if it's just because they were champions and they were obviously defending the title. Had a wee bit of an icky start, but I think he's got to be pretty pleased with where he's kept and stayed in the mix. He's in the top 6 now. I think they'll make the 6. To be honest, he's got a strong squad, barring any injuries to big players in Penza, and that. I think he'll be fine for the top 6.
Another manager who's relatively set with how he's playing. He's back up to 4th. His first win in a few games last time out after winning an absolutely mad run. Is Dan Megahorses and his Leddersford boys. I'm pretty sure he's unchanged from last time out, and this is what we've been treated to. Interesting one about the defensive midfielders. Obviously, Petkov got the goal last time, right? But Paredes, Patsatsoglu, playing defensive midfield, would they be your go-tos, especially when you've got Ambrosini and Vogel in your squad?
Probably no. I'm not a big fan of Ambrosini. Vogel definitely. Uh, Again, who am I to question Dan? Again, I didn't like the MR as I've said before, but again, it's obviously working for Dan. He went through a bit of a sticky patch, couldn't score for love nor money, but he's kind of, I think he's rectified it. I think so. Aye, again, no big names, but I fell into the trap of fucking big names on this game. They definitely didn't fucking mean prizes, if you know what I mean. So who am I to question Dan? But on paper, it's a nice squad. Nice to see Torres back in. Hans George Butt on the bench. You click on him for his right if you don't mind. But
Who's Hang
it's for a
George
wee
Butt?
sneaky. Aye, it's for a wee sneaky.
Oh, sorry about if that was a secret, Dan. I do apologise. I just did that out of thinking. I don't know. I don't know what the rule is on that. I can click on who I want, really, can't I? So, Steve Wright mentioning that Devils aren't got any strikers on the bench. I'd say Harry Kuehl could play up there, no issues at all. I've asked for some predictions. Steve Wright's going for a 2-1. Tatum Mourinho going 1-0, both to the home side. What do you think, mate?
I'm going to say a narrow Devils win. 1-0.
Oh, that's a shame. Fifey just mentioning here that the fucking detritus have equalised at home to Atalanta. I suppose if they get the draw, then it keeps Ollie in the job. And if you're not a Man United fan, in Ollie we trust. Leddersford have started really quickly here. Yeah, it looks like a lot of efforts, but not any goals so far. It's nearly half time already, actually. And Xperia coming forward. Looks like we're going to have another 0-0, are we? Anything happening of interest? Effort there for Mpenza, another effort for Mpenza. And yeah, another quiet-ish first half. I think Mpenza's 2 efforts came in injury time in the first half. Leddersford had a lot of text at the start of the game, but didn't really, what do you call it? Mike's, Potato saying they're 3-2 up now. Unbelievable. 2-0 down, and now they're winning 3-2. Probably all 3 goals from VAR. Yeah. Anyway, who cares, really? How are Chelsea getting on? Obviously, I care. Obviously, I care a little bit. Chelsea 4-0 up. Anything you want to talk about in this game, mate? Nesta picking up an 8.
I thought Leathersford had a lot more action in the one shot. It looked like they were dominating the early part of it. I don't know. I hate it when it's like that in a game and you didn't score because it's every time for me anyway that the opposition come up and fucking score. I reckon you've dominated matches and didn't take advantage. Interesting half. I think I can still see Swindon, the Devil story, maybe just pinching this just because Leathersford didn't capitalise.
Yeah, Dan, let us know if you want to make any subs. Half time, Patsatsoglu, who I questioned being one of only 2 players alongside Taibbi to getting an 8. Taibbi, yeah, maybe one of the forward players. Torres not pulling his weight thus far. Go over to the Devils. I don't know if Hodgie's about, but I'm sure he will be the silent assassin. All 7s
I
and
don't.
8s for him, apart from Ventila and Aymar. Interesting to see if Harry Kuehl makes an appearance. Go on, mate.
Hodges night. Hodge. I was just going to say Hodges message saying he was night shifting out, so he wouldn't be able on to make subs.
Got yeah, no worries. So Pat Sansini off for Luis Enrique. Okay, that's fair enough. Switch with Petkov. Putting Petkov out wide. Okay. And yeah, there's no one injured for Devils, so I'm just going to leave it as is and kick off the second half. I'll try and speed this up a little bit, actually. Ekiel yellow card there, Petkov coming forward and immediately having a chance there. Ventler and Penza involved in another attack, and we're already on 73 minutes. Both teams started creating a little bit more than they did in the first half. And yeah, Aymar comes forward near post. Emerson heads to the ball. It's a goal kick to Leddersford. We're going to have a 0-0 here. We're going to have another draw. Ventler to Aymar, crossing. Taibbi picks up and kicks out. Yeah, it's a 0-0. 2 shots on target to none. Just going to quickly click on the stats there. 9 for Dyer, a couple of 8s for Nesta, no goals. And then click over to Leddersford, 8 for the keeper. Kivu picks up a 9, as did Paredes. Actually, not bad ratings there for Leddersford, but I mean, considering they didn't have a shot on target, they're very good ratings actually. Yeah, we've had some hard work games thus far this evening. I'm sure that we'll get at least one which we'll pick up at some point. But yeah, thank you very much for everyone for not. We've gone down from 15 viewers to 11 viewers in that game. So thanks for everyone for sticking with us. 15 unbeaten Devils. I mean, Steve just make up stats. Where's he got that one from? Sure, they got beat the other week. Got beat by Gazelles there. What's he on about?
I've,
Not a fucking clue what that guy's
no.
on about. Northern Burn. We've give Jens his chance now, so let's go to Northern Burn versus Hools. Northern Burn having suspension issues. Roy Keane, I think this is his second match of his 2-match ban, and Jeremy's has got another game, another ban for yellow cards. That means that Jons Novotny goes in at defensive midfield, centre midfield occupied by Totti and Nakata. 3-0 winners at home to Churchtown last time out. Is the miss of Keane and Jeremy's going to be an issue for Ian, or do you think this team's strong enough?
You, I would never like to have to play Novotny at DM, but you can see him just grinding it out, can't you? Normally, you would say it as a massive miss, but I can just see them managing to get something for this. To be honest, just the way it's been for them, innit?
Yeah, they keep winning games. You mean what? Yeah, 11 out of the 19 they've won, only 4 lost. Yeah, they are. I think you've completely nailed that one there. They grind out results, but away at Hools could be a formidable game if it wasn't for um, the fact that it's against Hools. Um, yeah, I think a stat I pointed out earlier. I mean, is it just 3 games all season that Hools have scored more than 1 goal? Which is not good enough. It's not enough goals, is it? 17. Only Churchtown has scored less in the league, and we all know what his issues are with strikers. Jens gone back to 2 up top tonight. Crespo and Van Nistelrooy with Brozet behind. On paper, you'd think that's his number one strike force, but it's not worked all season. I'm wondering why reverting to it tonight. Thinks it might work. Any comments of this? Any maybe comments on the selection of Asun So? Or
I think yeah. To be honest, Jens is probably just wanting the season to end now, but just picking up on Crespo and Van Nistelrooy. I mean, again, on paper, that is definitely the best strike force in the league. Even if you could have got one of them scoring, but he's not had any joy with either of them when they've played together. I think you probably do have to go with one up top with them. I mean, it's as you say, the two hasn't worked playing the two of them, but I mean, you would want to get them both on the pitch if possible. Maybe Crespo at AMC. I'd maybe be inclined to try that. I mean,
I'd have
the
tried that.
squad's in
I'd have tried that before
definitely,
now.
yeah.
100%. That would have been.
Definitely.
I think he's probably going to keep the Brozek Crespo, and he's probably going to look at trying to cash in on Van Nistelrooy. I assume that's what happened. He's only got 1 goal this season, 12 and 9 in previous seasons. I don't know what you expect from Van Nistelrooy, but you probably expect a little bit more than that. Right. Obviously, I know he's had some morale issues, and I saw that Fifey put some news out this week that the fans weren't happy with him, and the chairman wasn't happy with his handling of some media issues. So, yeah, I think Hulls needs to start picking up some victories, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he can do it tonight against the league leaders. What's your prediction for this one, pal?
I'm going to say another kind of boring game, but probably Burn just to edge at 1-0. I think.
Burn 1-0. The only prediction I've seen is from Teo Mourinho. He's gone 2-1 Burn. Ian Robin scored for 2 minutes, but Gerard bites right back after 4. We've finally got some action in the first half. There's Crespo coming forward. Aston Save skims the bar. 28 minutes gone. Brozek centres the ball. Here's Sizalko. Yellow card for someone there. Crespo offside. Henri from long range over the bar. Tizalco sticks out his leg. Totti went down. Looks like Burner on top at the moment. Someone was offside. Crespo clean over the bar. Quite a good first half here. We're going to get another one. No. Half time there, and it looked they had 4 shots, but just the one on target. Hull scoring their only goal on target. Northern Burn 5 and 4. Hull's win more with the tackles percentage. Tackles won there, 77%. Interesting to see if that can continue into the second half. Quick look at how the goals went in. Jajatos fed Robin, found himself plenty of room, and then it was an Asun South free kick which took a deflection, and Gerard hit the rebound. I'm going to go to Northern Burn first because Ian's going to tell me, unless I'm amazed, as is. So, what do you think of this one, mate?
So I think the difference there was looking at Hull's 4 shots, 1 on target, Burn 5 shots, 4 on target. I think again, Jens is going to be a bit disappointed with strikers. I'm looking at Burn now. No great ratings. I think there's any glaring subs that I'd be looking to make. Possible Lundberg because he's been on a good run, maybe for I don't know. As you say, Ian will not make a sub.
He is doing a sub for me. He's just
Oh, he
doing it
has done
to
a sub.
second guess me. Youngberg on for Nakata.
Oh, fucking hell.
Just like to second guess me. I don't think we've seen Jens in the chat, but please speak up if we have seen him. Saw Campbell on a 9, Shiram on an 8, so his defenders are doing all right there. Van Nistelrooy and Crespo down on a 6 and not had a shot between them, which tells everything you really need to know about Hull's this season. Big Franco on an 8 as well. No bad injuries. Van Nistelrooy on 87, the other one under 90. So unless I hear something very, very quickly, I'm probably going to kick off as is. Do you know when I stop talking, mate? That's when you're meant to start talking.
Sorry, I was actually going to say something. I was going to say it must be absolutely infuriating for Van Nistelrooy and Crespo to be getting 6s and just not doing it. I mean, he must be pulling his hair out. But as you were saying, I think Crespo at AMC must be. I would have tried it, definitely. I know he's a striker, but definitely Crespo more so than Van Nistelrooy at AMC. But surely be something you have tough to have a wee bash at, like.
Good to have a bash. I know you tried Shevchenko there a few times, haven't you, for the Hunters? Let's kick off the second half in lieu of hearing anything from Norway. Van Nistelrooy comes forward but moves too soon. There's his alcohol moving too soon as well. Rosek hits one over the bar. Robin shoots and gets his second goal of the game on 60 minutes. Totti, Sizalco, Van Nistelrooy had a low shot there. At least one of them's had a shot. We get to 74 minutes though, and this looks like it's same old, same old. We've got an injury for Cannavaro. Interesting. I'm going to assume that Novotny is going to go there, and then I'm going to wait. So he's there. Contraplay midfield. Jajatas. I'm going to let Ian make a decision on who he wants where. Tato saying that Ruud van Nistelrooy is brilliant for Mega Horse at AMC in the Swamp. We're having Nistelrooy back at AMC for the duo with Crespo up front. So we're all talking about the glorious Swamp affair at the moment. In the chat. I mean, so maybe food for thought when Jens watches this back, and drop the the poll at DMC. So he's going to go with Bashinsky at DMC for Cannavaro. It's a tough one after you've made that sub and you haven't got any other central defensive midfielders available. 5 minutes to go though. I'm going to slow it down before I kick it off and see if we get any further action. Moldenkov into the area, so Campbell runs into the area on Nistelrooy, and there's Brozek fractionally offside. Volodenkov past Jojatos. Brozek sends it wide. 90 minutes gone. It looks like Crespo, the Hulls are creating, but yeah, they need to do it soon. Crespo diving header, horribly wide, and we get to the final whistle. And it's same old story, isn't it? It's the strikers 10 shots on target. That's 10 shots. Sorry, that's 4 more than opponents. 2 of them off target. 2 of them on target. 8 of them off target. They won the tackles 1 percentage, but they lost the game. Is there anything to add for you, mate? Is this just the same old hools, same old?
It's sickening. It's not as if he's not getting chances. I mean, Crestbone a 5. I mean, I know he's got fucking previous for that, but with him and Van Nistelrooy, as we've kind of spoke about, you want to get them both on the pitch, but clearly they're not working in a 2. I think Ian was a wee bit lucky there that injury didn't happen a bit earlier, or maybe Hools could have got back into it. But looking at his strikers, possibly no. But another massive win for Ian. I think he's got to be delighted with that. We having all the players missing. Ian, Jeremy's pal.
Yeah, both due to come back next time. Iron Robin getting both goals and picking up the 8 assists for Jajatos and Zizalko. Yeah, solid performance. The only people getting the 6 were Basinski, who only played 5 minutes, and Nakata, who he carted off at half time. It's an away victory. It's another one, and Northern Burn will remain top. Yeah, Champs One's leaving because his tackle percentage thing didn't come true. There we are, mate. Skibidi and bada bump. You're the stat man. We're not doing Dragons versus Haggis. We're gonna do Bostock. Asta versus Bostock because Tato is about and Scott is about, and I think Scott's doing a kind of ode to Tato here with the kind of asymmetric front line. When this comes on screen, let us know what you think.
Well, I'm just trying to speed it up there. Oh, very interesting. He's clearly just done this to try and combat Tato. Scott's had a fucking great season, hasn't he? He's definitely making the top 6, top 2 more than likely. I mean, Collins, he's not. What's his stats looking like now, Ryan? Or his goals and stuff.
He's not doing well.
Did you just call? Sorry.
3 and 12, 6.54 average rating. His last 5 starts have all been 6s. So Collins isn't having the kind of desired effect. But put that in the entire package of Bostock Stanley, and you've got an Elka 7.82 rating, 11 goal contributions out in 17 starts. Yeah, and he's had goals from Lee Boyer. He's on 6 goals and 4 assists. I think he's had 3 assists from Lizard Zoo. Who was the other one who scored the goals? Can you see goals? Yeah, Jacques has had 3, and then a few from the defenders. So he's got goals in lots of different places, hasn't he? Yeah, it is a bit of an interesting one. It's a little bit of a nod to Tato that he's gone with this formation tonight, I think. General Smuts saying Collins of the myth. Tato saying, is Tato the trendsetter, or is Scott playing his players in their best positions? You decide. Big Zeke. And we go over to Asta, who were on a fantastic run. They're still in the grand scheme of things on a fantastic run. Narrow defeat away at Devils last time out, but that's a tough place to go. And this is what he's given us. Big key difference tonight. He's lost Salahamovic. I don't know if he played last time out. Yes, he did. But the main thing is he's got his big man CZ Roberts back up top, 9 goals in 14 games. He's been key for Astro Athletics season, hasn't he?
He definitely has. I think looking at that squad there, I think Tato's got to be a shoe-in for the manager of the year. I think if he makes the playoffs, even if he doesn't, he's maybe narrowly going to miss it, but he's 100% got to be a shoe-in for manager of the year. He's CZ Roberts' best signing, I would say, in this iteration. He's been a revelation, as they say. Maybe not too much on the bench, but no, he's done. He's doing a great job. I'm looking forward to this, actually.
Looking forward to it. So, what's your prediction for this, then, mate? Let's have some predictions in the chat as well, please.
For me, I could be doing with a Bostock win if truth be known, but I didn't think I can vote against my my comrades. So I'm going to go 2-1 Astor.
2-1 Astor. I'm sure the predictions will come in a minute. You'll notice Catania has been binned off. Champ Megahorse, I really hope it is 4-4. That should be some spectacle, but let's not expect the let's not expect that. And we kick off and see what happens. Looks like Astor started well. Yellow card for life. Scally. Arca puts one wide. Quite like Arca, but there's a goal for Nicky Anelka. What a season he is having. 18 minutes gone. Lizarazu, Landon Donovan involved here. Saviola coming the other way. Yeah. Anelka smashes one in low, and there's DC making it to Bostock. Doing Bostock things here. They're not necessarily looking the most dominant team, but they're having all the shots and they're putting the ball in the back of the net. We've got to half time there. It's Bostock 4 shots, 4 on target, 2 goals. Astor quite a bit of possession, but 1 shot off target and no goals to show for it. Tackles percentage 1 much higher for the home side, interestingly. Let's have a look at Nicky and Nauka. Cross from Carlos Jacks, fine goal all round. And then Anelka smashes one in low. David Dare beats it away, but Collins gets the rebound. Let's go to Astor first. And this is probably the worst performance in some time for Astor. Let us know what you think when it turns up on screen, mate.
I'm running so far behind, but that first half, Astor really never looked like trouble in Bostock. That's one probably in the most comfortable half. Got his head, I would suggest. Pretty poor Saviola on a 5. That'll be a concern for Tato. I would probably think Vicente maybe coming on, or possibly Massara. I would imagine that'd be what Tato's looking at, but he certainly never looked in it. It's going to have to be a big turnaround if he's going to get in it for this, but I can't see it, sadly, for Tato.
No worries. I know what you mean. It's a long way back when you tune it down to Bostock. Tato, let us know if you want any changes. And conversely, quite a decent first half in terms of basically everything really for the Bostock Stanleys. Only 2 players on a 6, so his 2 central defenders who've had nothing to do. Assists coming from Carlos Jacks. Goals from his striker, goals from his AM who's not been great. And 9 for Asane NDI. Just picks up 9s left and right, doesn't he? It's a really solid first half. Donovan off for Missoura is the substitution that he's doing, hoping to just change something, keeping with Saviola up top. No surprises that Vostok are continuing, as are. I'll restart this match. And Anelka comes forward. Vashuk, yellow card, 49 minutes gone. Collins, NDI, Jacques, Decor, Collins. It just looks like it's a matter of time before they get another. Decor into his own half. The fair play to Astor, they're kind of holding out. Yeah, looks like it's all one-way traffic. And Alka loses his man and misses the target. Mark Viv, the 1-2 there. Free kick, Decor. David Day beats the ball away. I'm amazed this is still just 2-0. And David Day seems to be having quite a decent game in the Astor goal. Decor still has it near post. Bowyer, fine save. Jack's in the area. Hoffland coping with him into the last few minutes. Decor into Lizarazu. 30 yards out. Can Scally do something? No, he can't. Anelka past Vashuk into the area. David Day saves again. This might be a team getting beat 2-0 and the goalkeeper getting man of the match here. Sarah down the left hand side. Sorin near post. Ndai easily removes. ZZ Roberts been pretty much a passenger this evening. Yeah, absolutely dominant performance from Bostock Stanley. Astra having 1 shot on target in the 94 minutes. 9 for Bostock Stanley. Absolutely, probably one of the most comprehensive performances we've seen. Let's a quick look at Astra Athletic, and David Day only picks up the 8, even after with his what do you call it, his 7 saves. to have a quick look at his teams, sixes and sevens. The 2 8s or 3 8s for Hoffland, Scally, and Saviola, who was obviously that's the defensive line. But yeah, I mean, Devils away, then Bostock at home. Have the wheels come off? Is it a bit early to say the wheels have come off for Astor Athletic?
It's going to be a wee bit of concern for Tato, but I think in that performance, he just came up against a considerably better 1-11. You know what I mean? They got blown away. I know it was only 2-0, but it could have been fucking 5 or 6, I think, easily. Just and he's not had any fives. Like the keepers had a good game. Maybe Saviola getting a 6 has got to be a bit disappointing, but I think he just came up against a much better side there, so I don't think there's any shame in it. But Scott's got to be fucking delighted with that. That was convincing as a
Yeah.
2-0 you'll ever get.
Dan Megahorse mentioning how busy Kevin Hoffman was 47 passes, 15 tackles, 6 headers, yeah, he's a busy man. And yeah, apart from again life in Leicester, you had practically nothing to do, which is a bit harsh when they get 6 for that. Yeah, no poor performances, and David Collins picking up a 9 and man of the match will please Scotty Boy, won't it?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, that's what I was alluding to before the game. I was just asking how much he scored in that because I know he has been getting goals at Anelka, Boyer, and that. But if he can get Collins scoring as well in this team, he's going to be fucking definitely worth a watch. Like, and Scott will be delighted that he's fucking got man of the match in that there.
He will indeed. Who's at home in this one? I think it's no, it's Churchtown. Let's go Churchtown first. Dimbolino versus Roberto Slotharoya. Um, this is Dimble playing the tactic which I am playing on my home save at the minute. Probably not the same player instructions, but yeah, absolutely going for it really with the 4 people in the front line. Rossini, the lone striker, but Elbert and Tim supporting. Riquelme, I think he's right really. He's got to keep playing him because his stats are looking pretty solid, and it can only get better, can't it? Håkan Milds, the interesting one for me, continuing to pick up a spot. Any thoughts on this one, Mike?
I like the formation. It's one we used when we had our when Tato had his brief spell with us. It's one of the formations that Tato brought in, and we stuck with it for a while. So I do like it. Rossini, obviously, we had him and he'd never really done fuck all for us. Again, same with Riquelme. Riquelme's so frustrating because he's just a fucking 6 machine in this. I've never had fucking any fucking success from, especially in the Super League. I quite like Elber. Tim is interesting. Reasonable acquisition, I think, for Dims. Good stats there. Terry, I love. It's not bad a squad as there is in the league, I didn't think, but it's an interesting.
Yeah, and they're up against I would say usually the entertainers of the league, but it's Fulchester this season. But Sloths still always like to bang in a few goals. Usually go with the 3 up top, and that is what they're doing tonight. Where did they do last time? Right? They 1-1 against Locomotive last time. Could have gone either way. What do you think of this one, sir?
I mean, I think Rob is probably 1 or 2 players short of being a serious, like, type top 1-2 in the league side because he's certainly got the firepower. I love Vieri, I love Pizarro. Sand is good for a goal. I think he's just got some fucking mental names chucked in, like Paulson and Holland. I know they're no big names. They can be effective, but his bench again, Zeroberto on the bench is a bit of a shocker. Maybe not so much when he's on 62% fitness. Again, he's one that he can just fucking win 5-0, one lose. You know what I mean? The next, but I think he's a wee bit too.
You're just breaking up a little bit there, Ian. Let us know when you're back. I think the Zeroberto, he said just Ricardinho for Zeroberto, job done. Do you mean, but who am I if you can't be asked changing your substitutes? Then fuck you. So I'll continue this. Hopefully he doesn't need Zé Roberto. It's Churchtown at home to Spartak Slavs. Are you back with us? And would you like to make a prediction? And we'll get some predictions in the chat if that's all right.
I am back. I've got a feeling this is going to be a high scoring thriller. So I'm going to say 4-3 to the Sloths.
4-3 to the Slavs. So you think that Churchtown, who scored I think 14 goals all seasons in 19 games, you think tonight's going to be the night that they turn up?
Tonight's the night.
Tonight is the night. Right, let's make sure that everyone's up. Steve Wright's going 1-1. Dan Megahart's happy, having a laugh at the old 62%. Let's kick this off. Edward's going 3-2. He's got some faith in you. Early efforts for Rossini, and he gets a goal for his trouble. Interesting that I mean, we might get these goals here. Headman kicks the ball upfield. Pizarro, Sandwich, hard and low. Gamara down. Excuse me, I'm just going to belch here in a second. 28 minutes gone. I've seen a lot more red than I have blue and white, but it looks like the blue and white are more creative. Rossini, I mean, involved in the game, apparently more than he has been in his first 5 starts for Churchtown. Tim, Elba, and we get to half time. Wow, dominant Churchtown. 6 shots, 4 on target, winning the tackles 1 percentage, which is the all important one. It's a Carlos crossed the left, Carlos formerly of Dudley Hill, remember. And I'll let you catch up and have a look at the Churchtown first half performance.
Pretty good. I'm still lagging a bit behind, but I think Dimmo's got to be happy with that. Apart from only scoring 1 goal, because again, as I kind of said earlier, when you're that dominant and then you didn't really capitalise on it, like score a couple of goals, it's always fucking a bit tricky. Raquelme on a 7, which is probably the biggest surprise for me. Still got time to drop off though. Pretty reasonable ratings there.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm probably looking to bring on.
Sorry, I think you just dropped out a little bit there. And again, but his 2 attacking midfielders with arrows are Christian, Tim, and Alba. I think he's sticking as is, but they're the ones that you could send. You might see Giroud, see so far, but he's going to leave as is. I've not seen Rob about in the chat. Give us a nudge if you are here, my giant aubergine friend. But yeah, disappointing first half from Slavs. 0 shots on target. Yeah, he's lost all the percentages as well. 5 for Rui Costa and a yellow card. Enigma Tulin's his best player. Any positives that you can take from that first half, apart from the fact, obviously, that they're just only 1 goal down?
It's pretty poor, and that's kind of what I was saying before. That he can look fucking absolutely dynamite 1 week, and then chucking performances like this. I'd definitely be hooking Rui Costa. He's not got much options on the bench, has he? But I think if Rob gets any of this, he's going to be absolutely delighted because he's just not been at the races.
Let's kick off the second half and see if he does get something. He has got the players up front to do something, but there's Christian Tim coming forward, and there's Rossini making it 2. Finally, Rossini's turned up, and they might have that striker they've been craving, Churchtown. And it's a red card for Christian Poulsen, who's already been booked. I'm going to take a striker off because what shall I do? He's no one who can play there. What is this, man? If you've got any suggestions, mate, to how to make this as fair as possible, I'm tempted just to leave it.
I was breaking off a wee bit there.
I'm just trying to think of the correct substitution to make here, because he's no one that I can put on. Matty Holland can go right. Would you do that, maybe?
That's what I was saying. Before I got coughed, I was saying Holland definitely to right back. And I would maybe even drop Albert. I would. You could chuck Albertini into the DM and just leave as is. That's an option.
That I would. You put this. I think because he's 2-0 down and a man down, he might not want a route. That's what I would do in this situation. I feel like that's more balanced. That's what I'm going to go with, I think. That's the formation. He's just got one less
That's,
striker, and he just moved his players around. Right. Okay.
that's I agree.
Someone will tell me I'm doing wrong there. Move Holland, drop. Yeah, there we are. Let's continue and see if that does anything. 66 minutes
That
gone.
makes sense.
You sure? Oh, and there's your man Juan Roman Riquelme to make it 3, and this is made. And Riquelme's made it 4, and Riquelme's made it 5. What is going on here?
Fucking hell. Told you.
I shouldn't have brought Per Zetterberg on. I know that much, but Jesus Christ.
It's always good. It's always good to see Sluss get hammered. It's fucking
Yeah,
lovely.
I think Dimble's like close to doubling his goal tally for the season. What the fuck is
Fucking
this?
hell. Kill me hat trick. Jesus.
Riquelme,
Oh
can he get
man.
another one? Anything else happening here? Was Desai on the bench? I didn't even notice him. He was, yeah. Fucking hell. There we are. If you want to make your own subs, then you should be here. Oh, I thought might get a consolation at the end, floating one over Headman. But yeah, absolutely dominant performance from Churchtown. 15 shots, 10 on target to 1 and 1. Won all the stats down there. An absolutely magic couple of minutes, I think, for Riquelme. Terry free kick, Rossini goal. But then we had Elba hit the bar. Riquelme picked up the loose ball. Tim had a shot. Riquelme picked up the loose ball. And then Gamara cleared from Rossini, and Riquelme picked up the loose ball. So Riquelme picking up loose balls and putting it in the back of the net, and he's picked up a hat trick and got a 10. But he's not man of the match. Rossini's got that. So congratulations to Dimble. And people are just fucking. I mean, Scott, what's the point in saying Desai, man? I mean, it's done. It's done, mate.
No, I think you done the definitely done the right thing, Ryan. I think with Rob getting a result for his real life team last night, we couldn't have him getting too carried away and too happy. So I think that's definitely done the right thing, and that's an amazing result. Well done, Dims.
Congratulations to Dims, yeah, great victory. And I mean, 2-0 up and dominant well before the red card. Yeah, but then the red card and Riquelme's performance after that is the icing on the cake. Christian Poulsen, 2 yellows off on 63 minutes when you're 2-0 down and hadn't created anything. Brought Per Zetterberg on. Hindsight, potentially should have brought Desai on or should have left the 3 strikers. But hey, that's why you should be in the chat if you want to make subs or leave instructions as some managers do. Yeah, here we are. 7s and 6s. I don't think there's many positives tonight, so I'm just going to leave it there. Congratulations, Dimble, huge victory. And Smuts has said it's the game that everyone is waiting for. It is the Dragon Destroyers who've gone with the same formation. They've got their first choice defence back. Weston Lucio come in for Johnson and some other cunt. Ibrahim Saeed, I think. Yeah, that's it. Apart from that, it's the same team that's been bang average for quite a while now, conceding 8 goals in the last 3 games and picking up 1 point. But hey, Smuts is at the wheel. So Archie back behind Clivert. It's the flat back 4 with no arrows. Yeah. You're just correcting your spelling error. I'm using it on the bench and nobody knows right. Potato Mourinho saying Limble. I don't know. Whatever's happening here. Don't care. So let's continue. Edgar Davids is going to be captain. Here we are. Sickening back 4. And here against the mighty, the glorious Haggis Hunters, British Sporting Elite. I mean, talk us to the absolute quality from back to front that you've got, and then explain why you're not winning the league.
I think probably because I'm not very good at the game, Rye. Just prior to this match, I'm going to highlight. I know you were kind of saying Drags have been a bit meh, but they do have the best home record in the league, believe it or not. When I seen that, I was fucking amazed and devastated in equal measure. It's just fucking. I think defensively, I'm okay. I'm
What you
still
said the best home record in the league.
the Dragons, have I?
When? Where? What you
Or
on
is it
about?
home form? So home form. Sorry, home form.
All right. Let's say they definitely are the
I
best.
definitely seen it. I definitely
Yeah,
seen it.
yeah. So yeah, you're correct. They're top of the home form
So,
with 3 wins and 2
that's
draws.
that. Aye, that's what I was looking at. Aye, so
So but
I
you're
think
here to talk about your team, not against the
I
opposition.
am sorry. I am, and I'm still desperate to get Vieira in a defensive midfield. Possibly Danielson play MLC and get Vieira in there. I think that's going to come within the next couple of games. I think I probably should have done it fucking earlier, but Helguera was doing no bad, so I was at pains to fucking do that. Nikiforenko's just no done it when he's had these limited chances. Stam and Cordoba, as I say, been good. Casillas is liable to a 5 and 6 and has lost us a couple of games. Cole and Duff in the top 10 ratings in the league.
Yeah, they are. I
Really,
must say that.
they are.
I'm
They,
concerned.
they are.
Is that enough contributions though? Considering 805 rating and what was it from Cole? 7.89. 2 goal contributions from your attacking wing back, and then I mean, what was Duff? 3 assists, no goals. Is that enough? I'm just trying to think of comparisons that you could probably make around the league to Kieran Dyer, maybe. Um, who's what you call? I don't know how many Cafu's got for Gazelles. I mean, obviously defensively they've been solid, but I mean, for attacking wing backs in that position, you might as well have been playing them defence at the kind of contributions they've given you.
You would like more, you would, but again, I think if you can just get a steady as you go at your two important players in the team. I think I'm definitely wanting more from my central midfielders. I know Mendieta's chipped in with 6 assists or something, but I'm wanting more for Vieira. I'm wanting more for that AMC position, and I'm obviously wanting more fucking goals. I mean, there's none of my teams in the top page of fucking goals, which is disappointing. I think my top goal scorer's on 6 or something. So
I'm just trying to throw things out there, things that you could do really, and I mean the issue is, I suppose you've got Shevchenko, who's a forward. I mean, your big striker, big Roman Vasiljevic, he probably wouldn't be any good at AMC, but you've not really give Saha a run there. Do you mean, and Rosiski's been in and out of the team, as is Danielson. He's having a shit time, to be honest with you. Nikiforenko, you had a look at and decided, nah. I, Larsson's been poor for you, hasn't he, really, since yeah, not really living up to the hype which he sometimes gets. It's an interesting one. I understand the quandary of who to select. So are you okay?
Saha, sorry.
You're at me click on your average ratings here, and you can notice that it's a lot more defensive players which are near the top, and beyond Shevchenko and Salas, and then it's all the attacking players down the bottom. Quite interestingly.
And that has been my problem. As I say, I'm definitely looking for more for them. Saha has been one that. I mean, I think the coaches in game have said he's should be getting a game, and his attributes are pretty good. But again, as I say, I think there is going to be changes in the next couple of games. I think the playoffs are gone anyway, so I probably will have a wee experiment and see what happens. But it's on the whole, it's been pretty fucking poor.
I tell you
Pretty
what,
poor season.
it's amazing how often this happens. But have you seen the referee, mate? Have you seen
Brad Mackay, is it Brad?
Uncle
Let's hope
Brad? Uncle Brad's speaking.
let's
um,
hope he can do the business.
yeah, it's gusty as well. So maybe this one is yeah. Predictions, and Ian Edwards going for a 1-1. But apart from that, it's been away predictions, including 4-0 from General Smuts of the Dragons. But let's kick it off and see what happens. Kick it off. I think that's my new catchphrase. That kick it off and see what happens. Someone at the crossbar there for Dragons after 26 minutes. Here's Rosiski going forward. Duff, Mendieta, Shevchenko on an effort. Yeah, definitely involvement here from the Haggis boys. Shevchenko hitting one over. Balmer coming forward for the Dragons. Lucio. Casillas saving from Clivert. Shevchenko. Someone went offside there. It looks like we're going to have another 0-0 at half time, are we? Yes, we are. 1-1 from the Dragons, and then 4-2, so slightly on top for the Haggis Hunters, definitely creating them more and winning the tackles won, the all-important percentage. Quick look at the old match report for no reason whatsoever. Let's go to Dragons first because I know Smuts might want to make a change and you can do yours live. Anything to say about your opposition so far, apart from Edgar Davids getting an 8? Pretty paltry performance from them.
Pretty poor, isn't it? Which I'm loving to see. Shots on an 8. It's reasonable for him. I've not got a good feeling about this game. I would imagine Joe Cole's going to get hooked. I would think Emerton on a 6 as well. Kerr, I mean, there's options there for Smuts. I'm sure he'll make a sub. Again, I didn't like games when they're this tight, right? So, we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I've just clicked onto the Haggis boys now, so it'll load up on your screen in a second. Mikey Duff, very much involved, 19 passes, which is nearly double the next highest in your team. Still only picking up a 7 though. The only 8 for Paddy V in that centre midfield. He's not been playing bad in midfield, though, has he? Though 7.53 average. You can't really complain about that too much, can you?
No, I'm just swaying about making massive tactical changes here, right? You know, I think I might actually.
You can't make
I think I
massive
might.
tactical changes at
No,
half time.
no, man, I mean, just like a couple of guys on and move players about. That's what I was meaning. Just because I was live, or will I know?
Right.
You know what I think I will. I think I will if that's okay.
Yeah,
think I
no,
will.
well, Smuts is doing similar. So Cole and Emerton off for Figo and Toe. So Cole, I'm going to go for Figo. Nice straight swap. And then he's going to go Emerton off for Toe. Emerton for Toe. And then he's putting... right, so this is Smuts trying to change formation. You're not allowed to change formation. Smuts. So back, so I'm just going to see what you want to do. So that's what you can do that if you wanted to, but you can't change formation, Smuts, at half time. So let us know if that's what you want to do. I'll let you know if you want me to cancel and just do the subs. Be quick, Smuts, be quick. Otherwise, this is what you're going to get. Come on, Smuts. Come on, Smuts. Come on, Smuts. Let us know. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, thank you so much. Much appreciated. And then we move on to the Haggis boys, who are going to make massive tactical changes.
I'm not going to now, right? Since you were fanning about there, so once it gets back to my screen, I'm just going to make sub. I think I was going to mix it up massively, but I'm going to take off Salas for Jardel, please.
Yeah. Anything else?
And I think I might chuck Bruno on for Rosicky. I was going to move Shevchenko and AMC and put Jardel and Salas up top, but I won't. I'll put Bruno in for Rosicky and Jardel. Can I move Shevchenko with Jardel? Sorry, and that's it.
Yep, same formation. Yeah, that's fine.
Please.
But that's what we're going with. Both teams making 2 changes at half time. Hopefully that brings some goals and we don't have a kind of a slow finish to the evening. 48 minutes gone. Clive and effort there. Shevchenko with the speculative efforts. Bruno, Cordoba, 71 minutes gone. Going to slow this down. Duff past David Shevchenko. Yardell hits the crossbar. And here comes Davids to Figo. Helguera goes down, and David's going to get a yellow card for that. Uncle Brad dishing out the cards for the Dragons boys. Clivert down the left-hand side. Figo left wing, and Casillas makes the punch. 15 minutes to go. And in now 5 minutes to go. Back to Zori, goes past Stam, smashes the top corner and saved by Casillas. Corner by Boma. Into Mendieta. Helguera picks it up, but Boma's dispossessed. Kluivert moves a fraction early. Bruno to Shevchenko. And it's gone to Jaap Stam. Shevchenko, Mendieta. Vieira fires it in hard. And that's a goal for Haggis. It's
fucking hell.
I'm only joking, mate. I do apologise. I just know that you're a couple
Yeah,
seconds behind.
What a fucking wanker. What a dick. Oh no. That's a good shit. Oh no.
Oh, it's,
I'm never covering comms ever again. Oh, nice one.
the setup there, I love that one.
Brilliant.
10-5 for the Haggis, 4-2. So unlucky for the Haggis boys. Probably the best route, but couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. No doubt Kiotis will have picked up man of the match. Solid performance from you guys. Just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. 6 for Yardell. Shevchenko. Yeah, I knew you'd fall for it, hook, line, and sinker as well.
It's because I'm about fucking 20 seconds behind. Oh God. What could it be, man? How to
Doug,
break a man's heart, Ryan. Fucking heart. I was if it was pretty shite on it. It was quite a shite game.
it wasn't the most thrilling. A 0-0 to end the night, but I mean, yeah. Can I do my impression of you there? And it finished on, oh, woo! Please, someone clip that. Oh, Duggan's just said that thing needs to be clipped. So that would be fantastic.
Oh God.
Joe Cole at the 5. He went off at half time. The subs didn't really make an impact for anyone there, so I'm just going to finish that there. And as I suggested, Kiotis picks up a 9 man of the match performance. And make sure I've clicked on the stats that I have done. I clicked on both teams. Everyone's happy. We click continue. And yeah, solid nights of action, really. A couple of 0-0s and a 1-1, which is never really full on the entertainment scale. Bostock being dominant away from home, Churchtown running riot at home to Sloths, and then Northern Burn grinding one out as they often do away at Leddersford. Fulchester continuing their good run of form at home to Dudley Hill. How does that affect the table? Well, after 20 games with 6 games to go, Northern Burn have hit that all-important 40-point mark. It's very unlikely that anyone outside the top 6 will hit that. So congratulations to them. I know Ian will definitely be pushing on to make sure he hits that top 2 though, after he finished 3rd last season and had the tough route. Bostock, Stanley and Fulchester making a little bit gap now down to 4th. Leddersford and I think Leddersford and Devils both drew tonight. Sloth's defeat, but also Astor got beat, so not much has changed in this area. I mean, draws for Haggis and Locomotive bring you a little bit closer to the playoffs, but you're still 5 points off at the minute, mate. Gazelles, Churchtown, obviously 1 point for Gazelles, 3 for Churchtown. 6 points away with 6 games to go. It's doable, but with that many teams in between them, then you've got to think that someone will do it here. Dudley Hill and Dragons and Hools. It's good night at Vienna for them. Solid performance from those guys, but not there this season. So it'll be time for them to maybe do some experimenting between now and the end of the season. Give a few other players a chance and see what they can come up with next term. No, actually, but you put your best 11s out. Always be competitive. You know what I mean? I won't let anyone put the reserves out. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's see what's going on. No wins in 4 for Smuts. Potato says, "What a thriller to finish." I'll clip it tomorrow. Says Duggan into an edition of the song he did last time out. Anyway, ha ha ha. Good shape, Mega Horse. Duet it with Gary Neville. Says Mr. Ian Edwards. So the last thing I want to look at now while we're looking at the table, I'll click on a few stats. Just wondering, mate, have we any chance of a bit of a song tonight? Is that you going to get treated, or are you going to say no as punishment to for me teasing you before?
You've put me on the spot there.
I did warn you about 6 hours ago, putting you on the spot.
I'm not. No, I'm just. It's just song choice now that I've been fucking heartbroken. It'd probably have to be something like fucking something depressing, some sort of ballad or something. Oh God, I've not actually thought about it, Ryan.
Should we get some trends? See if anyone's got any suggestions in the chat.
Give me a wee sec. I could maybe guess a wee one. I've got a wee one in my head there.
You go ahead, mate. The floor is yours.
Could you give some whistling in the background, possibly?
Yeah, sure.
Just
actually, mate, I'll be honest with you. My daughter's in bed next door, so I'm not going to do the whistling. So.
Right, do the whistling. That's fine. This is just a 30-second thing, so just fade out if you can. I don't want to have to keep on awkwardly going on. This is for everybody that got beat tonight. Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. Ivan Helguera, da 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 da. Good night, everybody.
What the fuck was that?
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Oh, thank you very much, Ian. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for tuning in, and yeah, we'll be back at the weekend with Lord Fife. Lots of love. I'll catch you soon.
Cheers, everybody.
That's all finished there, mate.